simple epithelial tissues and compound epithelial tissues. Simple means single layer of the cells which are arranged on a platform or a basement membrane, okay, which form the tissue. These are called as simple epithelial tissues. And compound means more than one layer of cells has been found on the basement membrane, which are being compacted together or packed together. We call it as compound tissues. Again, we have subcategories in this. In these simple things, based on the shape of the cells and their functions, we have simple squamous epithelial cells or tissue, and then simple columnar epithelial tissues and simple cuboidal epithelial tissues. Now coming to the compound one, we have here stratified epithelium as well as the glandular and pseudo-stratified epithelium. Okay, these are the categories being what we have to study. In this, we are going to learn about the structure or the shape of these epithelial tissues. Then we find the location, where do you find them, and what is the main function of this. Next one is, next type of animal tissue is the connective tissue. So the name itself is indicating connective, means this tissue helps in forming a connections or connecting channels from one tissue to the other tissues. So mainly this is seen in the form of the blood, and then we have the dense connective tissues, the loose connective tissues, and then we have skeletal connective tissues. So the blood can be blood and the lymph fluids. These can be seen as the fluid connective tissues. So in this way, we are going to study the second type. Now, what is the third type? In this, we have muscular tissue. So what are the different types of muscles which help in the movement of the organs within the body? Okay. So again, this muscular tissue is being studied under three headings. One is smooth muscular tissues, striated or striped muscular tissues, and third one is the cardiac muscular tissues. Okay, this helps in the movement of the organs within the body. And the fourth category is the nervous tissue. The fourth category is the nervous tissue. What is this nervous tissue helps in? It helps in control and coordination of the body functions or activities. So this nervous tissue, we have the main neuron, okay, the nerve cell or the neuron, what has been found, and the types. And then we have the nourishing tissue, which provides the nutrition to these neurons to function. We call them as neuroglial cells. Okay, this has been the flow chart of the animal tissues. What you need to first get the clarity so that you can answer when any match the following question is being asked. So in this animal tissues, we have four types: epithelial tissues, which helps in protection, support, okay, then secretions, absorptions, all the functions, main functions of the organs is being carried out by these epithelial tissue. There are two types, simple and compound. In the simple epithelial tissues, again, it is categorized based on the shape of the cells into simple squamous epithelial cells tissue, simple columnar tissues, simple cuboidal epithelial tissues. Coming to the compound, we have compound stratified epithelium, compound glandular epithelium, compound pseudostratified epithelial tissues. Second one is the connective tissue, which helps in the transport of the substances, especially the fluids, from one organ to the other and within the body of an animal. Okay, this can be studied as a fluid connective tissue, the loose connective tissues, the dense connective tissues, and the skeletal connective tissues. The third category is the muscular tissues found in the animals help in the locomotion as well as the movements, which are of three types based on the structure, okay, or morphology, what we say. So smooth muscular tissues, striated muscular tissues, and cardiac muscular tissues. The fourth category is the nervous tissue, which helps in control and coordination of the body function with, and even it controls the other organs in the body to carry out their functions. It is of two types. We study the neuron, which is the main structural and functional unit of this nervous tissue, as well as the food or nourishment providing cells called neuroglial tissue, cells forming the tissue. Okay, this we need to understand. Now let's take up each one and then understand what they are. Let's start with the first one, that is epithelial tissue. As I said already, epi means upon, the thelial means lining. So whichever the organ is being lined upon by this tissue will have its own specific function. So where from this tissue is being formed or origin has taken place. So this is basically from the embryonic ectoderm as well as the inner endoderm layer of the embryonic tissue as well as the mesoderm of the embryonic layer. So this is the main origin of this epithelial tissue. Now, what is the main function of this epithelial tissue? So as I said, it is lining or found upon the organs. So we can say that it forms the main structure of any organ, and then it helps in being lining it, the specific organs, helps in protection as well as support, then acts as a covering tissue layer, and then adsorptions. I'm not talking about absorption, I'm saying adsorption. Okay, found fixed to the organs on the surface. Then absorption of any